Hello, my loves. I'm Ellie Frost, and we are talking about narcissistic abuse and radically healing, but not just healing, creating our best lives, really understanding this epidemic and actually breaking out of it, changing its power over us, over the planet, over any of our lives, right? And I want to say one huge thing that I went through, which was why a big thing why I didn't trust my intuition. And you would have felt this whether you've got like a psychic channel or not. So I've always been very gifted intuitively. I've got a psychic channel. When I heal with people, I know I've been gifted with the ability to I can feel where things are. I can tune into you. There's nothing ungodly about that for anyone that's wondering. God gave me my gifts, and I'm very conscious that I don't empower people to use their channel for anything negative. So I don't, as a psychic, I guess you could use your powers maybe badly. I never do anything without consent. I don't tune into people against their will. I'm very conscious, and that's why my gifts are God-given and well used, right? But we've all got intuition, and most of us ignored it with the narcissist. But as someone highly psychic, right, what threw me off was I did have the intuition, but I couldn't read them. This was the hardest thing for me to know, right? Because with a normal situation, I can read the person's energy, like that I'm dealing with. I can connect to them and I can feel it. With a narcissist, I could never connect to them. I couldn't connect. Why? Because the soul's detached. When I connect with you, right, we're working together or connecting, I can connect to you. I don't read, by the way, I never read people without their consent, only in consensual environments. And if you want me to tune into you in a trauma release session, anything that we do, I never let people come into my world and ask me to read people for them. I will connect to what's going on in your relationships as it relates to you and what your behavior is and what the trajectory is. But I do not abuse my powers whatsoever. Again, probably why I get so divinely supported with them. But I could not connect. I thought, because I wasn't as confident in myself, I didn't know what was going on, I guess, maybe my powers weren't that good in this instance. I doubted my abilities. What I didn't know is I can't connect in the same way to a narcissist because the soul's detached. There's no soul to connect to. So this is how I mean, everything I've told you is true. When I say definition of a narcissist is a soul detached, empty shell of a human with the soul detached, no emotional capacity, no empathetic capacity. If it triggers you when I say they're not human, I'm talking about they've got no humanity. They're run by an entity. They spiritually consented, by the way, but they are now being controlled by this entity of consciousness, which all of them are synced up to, which is why they all do the same things. By the way, that consciousness communicates. I've had narcissists come at me through different people, right, in different scenarios. It's the consciousness that's coming at me through those people until I basically won the war, right, knew what I was doing. But what threw me off as a gifted channel was that I could not tune in, and I didn't know why. So I assumed that perhaps my gifts weren't working properly. No, there's no soul. I know when I'm dealing with one because there's no soul to connect to. And when there's no soul to connect to, and you'd have done this too, right? Whether you're a channel or not, we've all got these abilities, by the way, and you can expand them. When there's no soul to connect to, we rely on our logic. So I was ignoring what they were doing, getting under by the way, the psychic grip, because they put a psychic spell on you. It's a psychic attack, as well as like mind control, body control of your nervous system, complete dysregulation and combusting of your stuff. But like, while they're putting me under psychic attack, I'm only using my logic, not my channel, because I can't channel because the soul's gone. I could read certain things about them and I could get certain information. Like if I tune into people, I could get information about their childhood. But I think I was getting information about when they were soul attached. But I can't connect in the same way. So it was easier to dupe me because I didn't know, again, I didn't know what I was dealing with. Now, when I can't connect in that way, it's a non-soul. The soul's detached. Now I know. So again, when we're not listening to our intuition, or you can't connect in the same way like you could with a soul attached human, You're going to rely on logic more, not because it makes rational sense, because you're going to rely on what they're telling you rather than what you're feeling about it. Do you see? And at the same time, they're now messing with your subconscious programming, psychically attacking and filtering your actual thoughts, right? So although they're doing something that is the opposite of what they're saying, they're psychically energetically putting thoughts in your mind. Many intuitives, it's not unusual, have had thoughts of harming themselves in severe ways under this spell, because the thing is destructive. And when you feel it on a very psychic level, it goes into quite destructive energies with you that are not you. It's not you. So yeah, this was big for me. Why can't I connect? Not because I'm not gifted. There's everyone else on the planet I can work with, tune into. I can tell them so many things about their life, and you know what I mean? Why can't I connect? Nothing to connect to. Nothing to connect to. Dead inside, empty, shell, entity running through it. This is the truth. Do not be scared. Do not be afraid. We are changing this on the planet. But I'm going to, again, it's like, you don't know what you don't know. You don't know what you don't know. When I knew that, like, and then obviously I'm channeling all the information about what the actual is going on. Like, it's just, even without knowing any of that, everything that I've said to you, why are they all acting the same way? How do they know this exact sequence of behaviors? You can't deny it. And many people have seen the demonic stuff that they've actually said words that express that they're like not from God, and they contradict religion. They think they're better than all those things. Absolutely not. In fact, they cannot exist without our life force. And like I said in the last video, when you withdraw your life force energy, they do get some kind of karma, because you're a major supply of their energy, and they do feel the hit, and you're their main target. Some of them have main targets. So someone was saying, like, yeah, they can go and fuel off other people, but you're their main hit, and they do lose a lot of power. They're weaker when you completely break free. So yeah, I'm a bit passionate about that one. But it's the truth, you know. And this is the challenge about being a conscious human being. It's like when I was doing the love video and our compassion, and you know, we want to be good people, and we're so much more likely, just anyway, without being brainwashed and psychically attacked, to question ourselves rather than question the other person. That's just because we're conscientious, you know. I was more likely to question myself after everything I've done with people and knew than I was to question them. Do you see? Like, it's like human nature, human with humanity involved, right? So I love you. But the problem is, once you consent in any way to letting them in anyway, so this is why no contact is good. It's just the cycle that we've got to deal with it too. Anyway, you let them in, then they're going to start. It's mind control. It's mind control. It's heart control. It's energy control. It's physical ability control. They are controlling all of it. Now, not because they're so powerful, because we didn't know what we were dealing with, didn't have the right tools, and didn't know how to rehabilitate ourselves. That's all. They're not more powerful than you. You're way more powerful, because when you withdraw, they've got no access. They live off our consent. But if you have to be very mindful that there's energy sent in their communications. There's energy sent at you through everything they do. Don't be scared. They can't infiltrate your field when you're actually solidly in a place of no consent, right? But you've got to learn to push it out. Doesn't matter if it's there. I can go out into the world and know that there are narcissists maybe walking around the grocery store, right? I just don't let it in. A bit the same when you're dealing with your psychic gifts. Yeah? And don't, you know, as you improve your intuition, we don't want to use our psychic powers for negative either. We want to use it for good, right? We don't need to do anything with these creatures, but you can push it back, and you can say no. You can just imagine them shrinking down. Their power shrink. You can do that. We are gifted, but we want to use our energetic powers for good. But you can just imagine that attachment just completely floating away. Just shrink it down, minimize it. The volume's going down, the power's going down. Turn the voltage down. Okay, guys, I love you. That might be a bit wacky, but it's the actual truth. So why not know it, right? I love you, I love you, I love you, and I'll speak to you soon.